How are you doing
I
tonight, C?
I hate everything.
Yes, and he is joined tonight by me, who also hates everything. And is also wearing cat ears, but that's beside.
I am also wearing cat ears. That is, but that is not. That is the point.
Exactly. Probably gonna fall
Exactly.
off because. But yeah, we have thoughts about the episode. Private, but that's okay.
Right. Right. Aren't we all? Um,
You know who else is sleep deprived?
Mr. Kitty.
Probably. But probably the people who made this because it felt rushed and they're trying to get it done and they're 400 into 17 minutes.
I mean, I know they had like a year time skip, but 400.
I might not have paid attention.
Well, I guess that's the first thing we should talk about. I think people know my opinions on it, but what are yours?
Um, I haven't completely fully formed my opinion yet. I was kind of hoping to talk about it with you. But yeah, I don't like what they're doing here. The first thing I didn't like is how, like, last week they had a big cliffhanger. They'd be chased by this monster, and then here. So it's like they skipped the resolution to that, and then like skipped ahead a year. I also don't like time skips because it just messes with the pacing unless it really makes sense to, which it doesn't. And then the twist at the end felt really less powerful than it should be.
Actually, it's been a day.
Okay.
Yeah, from the last episode to this episode, it's been a day.
Wait.
Yeah.
How?
Because in the last episode, you can see them writing in the journal, and it says 23 January 2047. This episode, you see him again. It says 24 January 2047.
But didn't they have a time when it was February last episode? I know.
I checked. I don't know.
Yeah, because
See now that's confusing me. Now that you
yeah,
bring that up, that doesn't. What? Why would?
that doesn't make. Well, it even said a year passed. So either they're like either this isn't real, like they're dreaming or something.
Oh God, I wish. I
Very
wish this was a
weird.
dream. I mean, I wish this was all a dream. They woke up and everything was just back to normal. But
I
hey,
enjoy my dreams. There.
like for me, it's I still didn't think the episode was bad, but this series had like a major dip in quality for me from like I don't like to do numbers because it's not totally representative of what I like to do, but just using it now, like before, like the first 3 or so episodes were like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Last episode was a stumble after I thought about it for a little bit, but it was still a really good episode.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. The first episode's like 9 out of 10. Fourth episode maybe like a 7 or 8. It's like still good, but definitely a few flaws in it.
Yeah, this one's like a 7. At That's the ceiling for this one. It went from a 9. I'm talking about like an overall ceiling as
Oh,
well
for
for the
like the
whole
overall
series.
series.
So like this episode brought it down like a couple notches for me, like almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things. This is pointed out in my comment section, and I want to get your reaction to this because one I missed this totally. So at the very end they kill the 2 demons.
Yeah.
Remember in the previous episode or maybe the episode before, I can't remember exactly. Sonju specifically tells the kids that the weak spot of a demon is their eye. They didn't kill them by slicing their eye.
Yeah, they just
They
like
killed
cut it
them.
across the neck.
Yeah, that's it.
But that
And then they
okay,
died.
apparently forgot that I posted this.
It happens. So, what is going? The whole thing with this episode is it felt like a lot of things felt out of nowhere. Like the first part of this episode was like in this shrine or whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, the
And
first part of the episode weren't they just like in this?
oh yeah, well yeah, they were walking through the city, but that's one of the most interesting parts. But they're like in this shrine for a lot of the episode.
Yeah, that's like their base, but it's also like base of worship or for the detective. But they're able to like hide themselves from the. I was confused about what was going on there.
Right, right.
Like,
They talk about yeah, uh, they talk about how like they have ways to cover up their scent.
Right. They
They
have
have
like
these
a
outfits.
plant that they. It seemed like the demon who was visiting was like older and probably like couldn't see well, so that's why like he didn't know that Emma was a.
Yes, but they at the beginning of the episode they were walking through just fine. Here is the thing: a good story would have explained before. Don't get too close to demons. If you get too close, they'll be able to smell you.
Right.
That didn't happen in this episode.
Yeah.
So
And now that. Sorry. Go ahead.
you have to theorize about it now. You don't know for sure. You have to now theorize. Is is this a plot hole? Is this not? I mean, we have plot holes from the last episode that have not been resolved. Like, how did they find the shelter in the first place in the last episode?
Yeah,
Why
because
were we even in the shelter? There was no point.
yeah, like the last episode felt like there's a lot of stuff happening that would be explained later on. Like the next couple episodes, we'd like flesh out what exactly happened and it would make sense.
Yeah.
And
I
like
was very hopeful they would do that, but they
yeah, because
didn't.
it felt like they were going in their own direction, which is fine. But then they go back. In this episode, I don't think it was that bad as a standalone episode, but in the context of the anime as a whole, just like messed a lot of things up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my big thing. It's like in the episode itself, it's like it's whatever,
Yeah,
but
like
in the actual context of the show, it makes it so much worse than what it actually is.
yeah, like this episode is a decent enough start to a new arc, basically.
Yeah.
And
It,
but when they had
it's
did yeah, but when they did not wrap up the previous arc and had so many things left dangling there,
yeah, it's it I this series is 11 episodes.
and apparently next episode's gonna be a recap episode.
Yeah, it's like what are we recapping?
Yeah, like nothing happened. Well, things happened, yes, but nothing that needs recapped.
Right. It doesn't make any sense as to why they're recapping a series that is 5 episodes into it. This is not like an 800 episode shonen. This isn't
Yeah,
like One Piece where recap episodes are sometimes necessary to catch people up.
well, it's like with My Hero Academia, they tend to start off each episode with a sort of recap, like get people back into it. In that case, that sort of makes sense. But here, it's like they don't have much that needs recapped. We already remember everything that happened. And if they only have 11 episodes to begin with, do they really want to waste one on recap?
Right. Right.
Which makes me
I
wonder, like, is this not a planned recap? Are they like behind schedule and they need something?
Well, apparently this is going to be a half episode recap.
Oh, even weirder?
Right. Well, that's what I heard from Satsuki the Savage. The
Okay.
thing that disappoints me the most about all of this is that if you are rushing through all of this stuff and skipping arcs, why are we having recaps in the first place? Like why is there a partial recap? That doesn't like if you're stretched for time, you should be able to plan that out much better.
Yeah.
I want to know what they were doing. Uh
Okay, Greatest Stampede says recap is not part of the episode count, so maybe it's like 12 episodes with recap?
yes, that's what
Okay.
I figured it was. It was 12 episodes altogether.
Okay.
But
Which, yeah, I guess that
yeah.
makes a bit of sense. But it seems weird to have it. And, well, if they said they were going to have 11 episodes, maybe this recap was planned to start.
I mean, yeah, all of this is planned. Like no doubt. Like they all have planned this out for probably a year now what they were going to do with this season. But
Wonder why
that
did they plan it this way?
right. Like the Goldie Pond arc for many people, this is the arc they skipped, is considered to be really good.
Yeah.
Just almost just as or almost as good as the first arc. So why are we skipping that?
So good. Like, animated, right? Make it exciting, make it.
Right. It feels like a like why even do this like why make this anime
Right.
if you're just gonna skip to the end? Like
Like, why not leave it after season one and make it just like a purity of the manga? It's really annoying, but in a way, if you're going to like take a manga that appears to be very great from everything I've read, why it's so much worse? And it's not like they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
wouldn't think so.
Oh, that's another thing. People like are blaming Cloverworks for this. This is not Cloverworks. This is the writers and producers and directors.
Yeah,
This is on them.
because that would come from the producers if they say, okay, we need to wrap this up this season. Cloverworks might be trying to do the best they can with it.
Right. They're just there to animate. That's
Yeah.
it. They just give you things to look at.
Yeah.
So,
Wise, this episode was also not all that special.
like some of it was, like some of it was really nice, but
For the most part, it was just like, okay.
yeah, but for most of it, like especially near the end, it kind of started to look really weird.
It was
Like,
kind of confusing during the chase, too, like trying to keep track of who was who because they're in disguise.
why was there a chase scene?
Also, hi,
Like
Jared.
what? Like what?
Uh, yeah, talking about why we don't like this episode. Yeah, you should go away. It's okay, I know, Jared. I can tell him to go. Go eat cake with Katie.
Well, the chase sequence was very jarring to me. It was very clunky and jarring because it came out of nowhere. It had no real build up towards it. It's just like bump into somebody. I guess they know who we are.
And
Run.
yeah, it definitely felt like they needed some sort of conflict or some sort of like big chase also to bring back.
Yeah, I don't even care about Norman coming back.
I kind of do, but it's like I predicted that Norman would come back like after he went away and see. So in a way, I'm
Well,
glad to see I'm right. But at the same time, there's like,
they also telegraphed it.
yeah, it was
But
not a surprise. I think it's still fine, but it like gave us something to look forward to. How they bring him back, but this okay, he's there. Why are they wasting like the surprise here?
Yeah, God, God, I don't know. I don't have a clue. Like I am so like just crestfallen by by this episode in many ways. It's like Norman coming back. I said in my video that he hasn't even been gone for 7 whole episodes.
Yeah, because he left in
It's
like episode 11 or
episode 10.
okay.
So what, like he hasn't even been gone for a long amount of time. So when he shows back up, it's like, oh hey Norman, what's up?
Yeah, I guess it's like a quarter of these series, assuming it's only kind of a lot, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna end this season.
Yeah.
They're gonna end the story this season based off what everybody has been saying. The way the story is headed, it seems they're ending it this season.
I have an idea about this. It might be worth it for me to drop it and just switch to reading so I don't get the.
Yeah, I mean that's apparently so depressing.
Yes, this
If
started off my like favorite anime.
it's already spoiled for you, like like it's spoiled for me already because you know Norman comes back at the very end, like in
Yeah,
the
I just
last arc.
so are they like moving last arc now?
Yeah, we're in the last arc.
Huh, okay.
Social Kevin says it's not bad. The episode itself, like, it's not bad, but the direction as a whole for me is bad. I don't like this direction. I'm not one of those people that likes one-to-one adaptations of things. I've said it before, like I like things like the Fate series because UBW and Heaven's Feel are not one-to-one adaptations. They're doing their own thing. They're much different in
I've,
tone.
I have controversial opinions on. I'll save those for another.
I cry. But this just it's not doing it for me anymore. Like, I mean, I like it, like as its own thing. It's flawed. It's heavily flawed now.
Yeah,
But like the my hope for this is that whatever the rest of the episodes are, it's just one to one straight to the end at least, like, and just fix the ending like they wanted. I
yeah.
don't I
Like
don't know why they skipped a whole 60 something chapters.
my thought is like maybe the best case for this is like line everything up and nail the ending. But at the same time, how good is a series that has such a jarring middle? Like,
Right, right. I just
and my cat ears just
I,
off.
I wish I didn't watch this episode and the last episode. And the last episode was good, but like I don't know. Yeah, next week there is no new episode. It's a recap.
Okay, let's do like a half episode.
That was me. I said that.
Does it? Okay, so it's only be like half length, but just all recap.
Yeah, yeah. As a standalone season, how is it? I haven't watched any of the seasons, but I read the whole manga. Well, because of the way the series is headed, we kind of have to wait until the series is done to look
Yeah,
at it as a standalone because we don't if they're going to do what they did this episode and the next episode, that means it's probably not a series that you should watch. But if it's good next episode, we just have to keep waiting.
yeah, because it's hard to like judge an entire season based off one episode we didn't like. Because what they could do is like go back and like explain the stuff that they missed, like going from episode 4, and maybe like tie everything back up together.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a time skip isn't necessarily bad if they did it right, but in this case, it wasn't to like create like a weird effect with the time skip. It was like, okay, we're done with this part. We're just
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's so depressing, man. Like I was so excited for this anime,
yeah.
and then this season, as it went on and on and on, it became more and more depressing. Sadly,
I'm not even that mad that they're the manga. Like, if they want to do their own thing, that's fine. I don't care. But it's like
yeah.
when they do it this way, you can tell that they skipped a ton. And as an anime only viewer, it just feels bad. It's not feel
No,
right.
I'm not gonna lie. I was somewhat excited when they said there when that episode aired, and people saying like they removed a character. Like I was excited at the prospect of anime original Promise Neverland that's just totally different and is just as good, even maybe even better.
Yeah, and if they did their own thing, that's perfectly fine. I'd be happy for that since I get cool stories.
Right, exactly. That's my thing. It's like the Full Metal Alchemist thing.
Yeah,
We have Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. They're
right.
both amazing. It's like I wouldn't trade one for the other. They're both so good.
Yeah, and even if I like one better, it doesn't mean the other bad or worse, terrible or anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's only so many times I can say I'm sad about this, but in terms of the context of the story, like what did you think about the episode itself, I guess?
I thought one part that was interesting is like how much guilt Emma feels, like how they're suffering, having trouble for getting them all.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
Yeah,
really the most interesting part of it.
yes. The cool thing about that to me was the fact that it plays on, and they didn't touch on it at all. I wish they would have. But my mind instantly raced on how, like, should we have stayed at the farm?
Yeah, and I also think this is another place where the time skip really hurt. I wish we saw more buildup of Emma being that way, like her seeing the kids around her suffer, her not able to herself, as opposed to just like popping up here.
Right, right. It seems this world is very harsh for the children
Yeah,
because she says like they're always constantly surrounded by their enemies, and that at any moment one screw up and they're pretty much dead.
yeah. I'm impressed that we haven't had anyone killed so far.
Yeah, well, yeah, all the kids so far are alive.
Yeah,
I remember people thinking Jemima was gonna die, and I'm like, not her. She's adorable.
guess who she
She's the little black girl.
still forget who. I need
She's
sleep.
the one that went Naman.
Oh yes, her. Yep.
They all go that, but Ray, which by the way, I do like their older teenage designs.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
like
like
the more.
Emma's new little braid. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Emma's kind of cool. I just like seeing the characters a little bit more grown up, like not a ton.
Yeah. Do you Demon Slayer? Do you Demon Slayer Rising?
Ah, I get the opening stuck in my head all the time. That count?
Uh, yeah.
You know Demon Slayer? Yes, I know it. I made a video about it. I think C's also made a video about it.
I had a couple videos about it.
Yeah, some of my opinions are controversial. Yeah, because I have to like 50 popular things. Otherwise, I'm not a true anime.
Well, I guess my thing with Demon Slayer was that like I felt like I was battling against all of the hype of Demon Slayer to enjoy it. And I'm rewatching it now and I'm really enjoying it so far. Um so like outside of all the hype, it's actually, it's more enjoyable for me. But for me, I'm like, it's a pretty good show. It's just way overrated. But I still like it. I
Have you
think it's really
watched the
good.
movie?
I think it's only out in Japan. I don't think anybody can
I
watch it.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I need to go watch that.
Yeah. I need to watch the Made in Abyss movie as well. But
So
and the
something
Given movie.
something else interesting. Just looking at my notes from the previous episode, they kind of like skipped over the whole William Minerva thing. We
Yeah.
learned about it last episode, but now that's just like been completely forgotten.
Oh yeah, they skipped over so much stuff. The help written on the wall in the bunker or the shelter
Yeah,
or whatever.
that was
Yeah, the
the
James
what?
Ratry thing is done.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just gone. So what's the point? What's the point of even being in that
and what's going on
place?
with Isabella?
Yeah, Isabella wasn't even in this episode. Let me
Right.
tell you right now, this episode was so slow in the middle, and near the end. I was like, please, I would love to see Isabella.
I thought Isabella was the one who killed the demons at first, not Norman.
See, that would have been a much cooler twist than I think the Norman.
Yeah, because Isabella, like, she's struggled to find them for so long, she finally has. So now it's her turn to do whatever she's doing.
Right, right. She shows up, she kills all the demons, and is like, "Come hither, my
Come with
child."
me. And then there's a lot of tension. Like, is she here to help the kids, or is she going to end?
Yeah, yeah. And then it's revealed she's actually gonna do a dance with them. They're gonna have fun.
And we also like what were the two demons earlier this season? Sota and the girl.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, there was the whole thing with the demons. Is like they were suffering from degeneration because they have to eat
Oh,
meat.
right.
Somebody brought up actually in my comment section. I forget the commenter's name. I think it was just Bree, but she brought up how like maybe uh, because of Sonju and Mujika being heretics, that the demon society at large is lying to the demons, telling them that they have to eat to survive so that they can control them.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and then it made me cry.
yeah, and got like a little or a few touches of the demon society here, like how human it seems.
You know what we should do, Rising?
Our cat ears.
We should do the Promised Neverland podcast, but we should do it over the manga when this season ends.
Okay, switching to the manga now. I think.
Well,
Well,
I do want to see it through to the end, sadly. So,
I like read all the manga.
yeah, I mean, we could just like do, I don't know. That'd be pretty fun. Like,
Yeah, you have like 2 weeks before you get more anime.
this is true. This is true. We can do the first arc, the first season.
Yeah, I've actually started reading the manga. I like Sam. I read like the first 4 volumes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Manga is
I
really good.
really want to Yeah, I really want to read the manga. Especially after this. I don't care how bad the ending is.
Yeah, because at least we'll get a good everything else but the end. Better than some part.
Yeah, yeah. God, I feel this is like the most. I feel like this is the most we've not talked about stuff on this podcast because it's just disappointment.
You know what this reminds
uh,
me of?
what was that anime? Uh, the one. Remember that anime we talked about before Fruits Basket?
Oh, Fairy Gone?
Fairy Gone. Yes.
I was going to say this reminded me of
Oh.
because it makes me want to drop it halfway through the podcast. By me liking it
Oh.
at times.
Oh my god! I forgot we did a podcast on Rent a Girlfriend.
Ready for
We
season 2 of
idiot.
that one?
Forgot there was a season 2. Uh, well, at least we can actually find somewhat enjoyment in it. watching it this time. But um,
Yeah, I'm out of notes.
any ideas on what Norman's role is going to be moving forward? Because of the way the story just threw him in there, I have no theories.
Right. Well, there are a couple possibilities. One is that he's part of a human reason fighting against is the most obvious one. The other option is that he's being sent from the demon to find the kids, like he's working for them unwillingly.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean they're sending him and some others to basically capture the kids. Don't let any.
Yeah.
I feel like that also makes sense. The Norma is probably going to try. The other question is, what are they doing to control him? Because they should not trust Norma won't betray them after everything.
Right. Yeah. I, it would be pretty cool if Norman, it's revealed that, when they let Isabella out over that year of time that's passed, another year time skip. Oh
I wonder
my
if we'll
god.
like get maybe. Well, I would say next episode, but next real episode will be like Norman's story and what's happened to him last year.
Uh, oh my god, they're probably not gonna explain it. They're just gonna skip the end game. But I would love for it to be revealed. Like that'd be pretty cool if like Norman and Isabella tracked down Norman because maybe the tracker's still in his ear or whatever.
Oh yeah, that.
And like Isabella is like, "Yo, what's up?" And Norman's like, "Hey, I can help you with that tracker thing,
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever, or whatever it is in your heart. If you help me."
But did they put a thing in Norman's part? Is the question, which probably would.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Social Kevin is getting hype from our theories. Uh I'm sorry, Kevin.
All right, so when are we going to have Emma punch them?
Hopefully, hopefully she punches me.
For that comment? But okay.
Oh shit! No, there's context.
What context?
The context is that not that way. Like, just end me now, Emma, please.
Okay, Emma.
I agree.
Do you remember
I
when we did
agree.
that One Punch Man podcast?
We forgot to do it. We did one episode and we totally forgot. That's probably still on your channel somewhere.
I did podcast.
Unless it's with unless it's Fruits Basket
Yeah, see, First Basket is good.
Promise Neverland.
Yeah, that's the one where you have Terror punch them in.
Oh god, I'm so depressed. So depressed over this adaptation. Why did you do this to me? I don't even know what else to talk about. I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing that happened in this episode.
I mean, that's the part with the.
Oh yeah, there's the degeneration thing with them having to eat meat. Yeah, we talked about that. So yeah, I
I
think we did everything.
wonder, like, if we'll like learn more about the demon, because I feel like that's something that could be interesting. I only seen like.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna skip.
You're like, well, they confirm the theory, like they're in a parallel world to Earth. What is interesting though is that the market looked like a medieval sort of time period. So how does that correspond to like humans with like modern guns, 1900-ish orphanage house, super advanced technology with a pen and things?
I,
And I think Social Kevin is laughing at you.
I'm losing my mind.
All right, someone screenshot this. And yes, I agree. Muhammad Gaze skipped one of the best arcs. This is so actually I cannot testify to the arc was one of the best, but yes, it definitely.
I feel like I've been drained of all of my energy, all of my chakras.
All right, so what we need now is to see professional wrestling moves.
Suplex me, please.
All right, in that case, we shall be ending the podcast so I can go out a window.
Yeah. Depressing. Yes, that's actually an actual good adaptation. And
Yeah.
they're cutting lots of stuff out of ReZero, by the way.
Yes, but
That's an adaptation that's doing their own thing.
huh, talk about it. We should do a ReZero video.
I think they skipped like 20 chapters or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, well, that's according to the web novel. Probably to the light novel, probably not too much.
Yeah,
But
because the web novel like goes into tons of detail stuff and like much detail possibly.
yeah, there's just a chapter in the web novel where they just talk. What's happening?
So thank you everyone for checking out the Promise Neverland podcast and letting us rant to you and enjoy and see make weird noises. Okay, so see, where can I find you? That's what it says.
YouTube.com/C Tactics.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep, pretty much it.
Right, so